Okay, guys, so I was wondering, is it too early for predictions, NFL predictions? I mean, like, we're in the middle of the off season already, which is kind of hard to believe. Because the draft's over, I'm pretty sure it's nearly over. I'm not sure about that. By the time I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure the draft is over. But anyways, I decided I'm gonna do my picks today. Maybe post them tomorrow. Maybe post them the day of if I have enough time to edit it, because it's about 4 o'clock when I'm recording this video right now. And then I'm not gonna explain it. But anyways, we're starting off with MVP. Who do I think is gonna win MVP? That's actually there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there. I feel like Josh Allen won't be it because, like, if Josh Allen still had Diggs, I would say Josh Allen. But since Josh Allen doesn't have Diggs, I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna take a second to think about this. I'll pause it when I make my decision. Okay, I've made my decision. It's a kind of a different one. Yeah, it's kind of a different one. That's right. It's kind of a different one. I think that the obvious answer would be like Patrick Mahomes or something, even though he's not good. In my opinion, he's not good. I'm gonna go with not what's his name? Brain fart. I forgot his name. Okay, I remember his name. I think it's gonna be Jared Goff. He was really good. It's either gonna be Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, or possibly Brock Purdy. It's gonna be one of those 3 that I said. I know it because I'm a mastermind already. Okay, so now it's time to start predicting some records. I think the Bills are gonna regress this year. They lost a lot of their good players. They lost Diggs. They lost a lot of their O-line, I'm pretty sure. And they lost a lot of their D-line. So they're a big draft. They need a big draft class this year to come back. Really, motorcycle? I think that they are gonna go 10-7. I feel like they're just not gonna be as good this year. Last year they weren't even too good with Diggs, with their O-line, with their D-line. I mean, they still made the playoffs, went pretty far in it, but I just don't think it's gonna be the Bills' year. Okay, if Rodgers doesn't tear his Achilles, the Jets are gonna be good. I'm saying it. If Rodgers doesn't tear his Achilles, the Jets are gonna be better. That's for sure. They're not gonna be really good, but they're gonna be better. I'm saying Jets are going 12-4, second in and 12-5, second in the 12-5, second in the 12-5, second in the division. Finally, I got that out. The Jets are an interesting team, if you really think about it, because, like, Rodgers is, like, really the only good player, and Randall Cobb, he's good, too. But other than that, the Jets don't really have that good of a team. So Jets 12-5, solid answer. Okay, now I have the Dolphins pulled up here. The Dolphins wide receiver core, the wide receiver trio is insane. Jalen Waddle, OBJ, and Tyreek Hill. That's the best. That's easily the best trio in the league. And that is not up for debate. That is the best trio in the league. I got the Dolphins going pretty far this year. I'm saying Dolphins are going 13-4. That's right, you heard me. 13-4. 13-4. That's right. ASMR. 13-4. 13-4. 13-4. That's right. 13-4. 13-4. That's right. I said that too many times, but just ignore that. The Dolphins are going to be a really good team this year. Their offense, probably a top 5 offense in the league. Not lying. Honest. If the Dolphins don't get at least over 11 wins, I'm going to be disappointed. If the Dolphins don't get at least over 12 wins, I'll be disappointed, actually. But anyways, we're going to move on to the Patriots now. Okay, what about these stink bombs now? They don't have Bill Belichick anymore. They're just not a good team. I'm saying it. 1-16 for the New England Patriots. Bottom of the AFC. 1-16. I don't even want to talk about these trash bombs anymore. As hard as this is for me to do this, because I am not a Swiftie, as you know, I am not a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs are once again going to be winning the division. Oh, that hurts to say. They are going to be 12-5. Or they're going to be 12-4-1. But I'm going to go with 12-5 as my final answer. The Chiefs only get carried by Travis Kelce. That's the only reason why they're good. That's the only reason why they're good. That's the only reason that I have them at 12-5. Without Travis Kelce, they would be like 5-12. That's right, you heard me correct. They would be 5-12 without Travis Kelce. For all of you people that think Mahomes are out there is good, what is wrong with you? Sorry, I'm getting carried away. The Broncos don't even have Russell Wilson anymore. I don't think the Broncos are going to be good. I don't think the Broncos are going to be good. That's right. I said it. I'm going to go the Broncos. How about... I feel like 6-11 is a good record for them. 6-11. The Broncos are not going to be nearly as good as they were last year. Russell Wilson carried that team last year. But he isn't there anymore. I'm not saying Russell Wilson is good. I'm just saying he got better. I never said he was good. He got better. He got better last year. He kind of carried the Broncos team a little bit. He's like a mid player. I never said he's good. I never said he's good. So if I go down in the comments and see this, someone say this guy said Russell Wilson is good, you're gonna regret saying that. No, I will not harm you or anything, but you'll regret saying that. The Raiders, an interesting team, going into this year, I mean, they still got Devontae, I'm pretty sure. If I had to think of a record, I'd say 7-10 for the Raiders. 7-10 is a good record for the Raiders, I feel like. The Raiders aren't a good team, but I feel like the Raiders will get something done this year. And they were 7-10 last year, so shout out to the Raiders. They're either going to be 7-10 or 8-9. That's my predictions, but I'm going to go with 7-10. Okay, now the Chargers, they were not good last year. Hang on, I just need to check what's going outside. I hear a motorcycle or something. Okay, anyways. I'm sorry if you hear the four-wheeler in the background. There's just this guy picking wild asparagus. But anyways, the Chargers, I think they're going to be 8-9. They'll finish before the Raiders, but after the Chiefs, second in the division. So Chiefs at first, Chargers at second, Raiders at third, Broncos with the last spot in the division. Okay, now we got Cincinnati, the Bengals. Joe Burrow's back in the building. Not injured anymore, I'm pretty sure. He might not play game 1. I'm not sure if he needed surgery or not, but I don't care. Anyways, I think that the Bengals will be back in it this year with 10-7, clinching a wild card spot for the AFC playoffs. Nothing else said. Okay. I'm sorry about your guys' logo. I'm sorry that I was being mean to the last prediction video, but it's just a helmet. I'm not going to go off like I did last time, but it's just a helmet. Anyways, Browns are going to be decent. They're not going to be good, but they're going to be decent. I'm going to say 8-9 for the Broncos. I think that's a good record for them. 8-9 would be good. Okay, now the Ravens have the MVP Lamar Jackson. But they did lose OBJ. OBJ didn't really do much for the Ravens, so I feel like he was just kind of silent when he played for the Ravens, but maybe not. Maybe in other people's opinion, he wasn't silent. But anyways, for the Ravens, I have them going 12-5. I feel like they regress a little bit this year. Not as good, but they're still clinching a spot. And I feel like they'll get a couple wins in the playoffs. Okay, now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers will get the job done once again, like they usually do. The Steelers always been a mid team for a while now. I'm going 9-8. They usually go 9-8, so 9-8 will be the record this year. I feel like that's a solid prediction, also. Okay, the Titans now, last division in the AFC that I need to predict. I think it's gonna be a rough year, but not too hard of a year for the Titans. I feel like Titans 7-10 get a little better, but they still got a lot of work ahead of them to get back how they used to be. Okay, the Jags now. disappointing year, actually, if I'm being honest, because everybody thought they were going to be like very good. But they didn't even make the playoffs somehow. I am surprised about that, actually. Very surprised. Let me know if you were surprised that they didn't make the playoffs. But anyways, I think that the Jags are gonna be 10-7 this year. Second in the division. You'll see who I got at first, because the rookie QB from last year will be good this year still too. That prediction coming up next. Look at it in all of its glory. The Houston Texans, top of the division. This duo will be crazy. C.J. Stroud and Stephon Diggs. That duo? I don't know what will happen with that duo, but 12-5 for the Houston Texans. Diggs and Stroud, that duo, I like to think about that duo. Last year, everybody thought the Buccaneers would stink. But the Buccaneers are solid, very solid. They won the division at 9-8, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But anyways, I think the Bucs are gonna be 10-7. I feel like they get one extra win this year. Still not up there with the really good teams, but they win the division over all the other bad teams. Besides the Saints are okay. Saints prediction coming up next for Saints fans. Okay, now we got the New Orleans Saints, like I said. The Saints are going to be 9-8, not clinching a playoff spot. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. But Saints a solid team, just mid, very, very mid. That's all I have to say, really, for the Saints. Okay, moving on to the Panthers now. I think the Panthers are going to be also down there with the Patriots, 1-16. I feel like they get even worse. I just don't believe in the Panthers this year, as you can probably tell on the screen. Sorry, Panthers fans, but it's true, and you gotta admit it. I'm sorry. But 1-16 will be their final record. If they get over 4 wins, I'll be so very surprised. And I say sorry for showing this on the screen, but if they get under 4 wins, you need to say I'm correct, that they're this image on the screen, that they're a trash bag, that they're trash. Okay, I think the Falcons are going to be 10-7 with Kirk Cousins. I don't know if this was already recording, but I'm just going to say it again, because the addition of Kirk Cousins, right up there with the Bucs, if everything goes in their favor, that they're in a playoff spot. Okay, now my favorite YouTuber, Hefe Zai's team. I feel like they're going to be good. Hefe, if you're watching this, I feel like they're going to be good. But not Super Bowl good. Sorry to say that to you 49ers fans. To your 49ers fans. Jeez, I can't talk today. But anyways, I think that 49ers are going to go 12-5 or 11-6 this year. I feel like they regress a little bit. even though CMC, Debo, they're all pretty good. Brock Purdy, he sold a little bit in the Super Bowl. It's hard to think about. Insert sad music. They couldn't save us from this. They couldn't. Sad moment in history there. They couldn't save us from the Swifties. But this year, we'll get our redemption there. We'll get our redemption. Trust me. Seahawks, interesting team. All I gotta say, 8-9. The Rams, my team that I played with on Retro Bowl, pretty good last year. Pretty good in Retro Bowl. We made it all the way to the Retro Bowl. What did I just do? Arrow. Hang on. I think the Rams are gonna be 12-5. Right up there with the Niners, but Niners take the first place in the division. Solid prediction. Stop doing that. Okay, now the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are gonna 4-13 it this year. Once again, 4-13 it. That's right, 4-13 it. Yeah. I don't think the Cardinals are a good team anymore. I mean, in 2021, it was either 2021 or 2022 when they were like 7-2, and they just went downhill from there a little bit, and then they haven't been that good ever since. Okay, the Cowboys. Team that always sells in the playoffs. A team with a bad coach. 6-11. That's right, Cowboys fans. I said it. 6-11. 6-11. I'm gonna get off this before Cowboys fans start hating at me. I think Eagles are regressing this year. I think they go 9-8. If stuff goes in their favor, possibly a wild card spot. It's gonna be a tough race in there because they lost Jason Kelsey. They're losing a lot of players that really helped. I feel like they regress a little bit. 9-8. Okay, now the Commanders weren't that good last year. I'm gonna do this quick. 6-11. Just not that good. Okay, now the Clash of Clans giant, as Hefe would say, I think the Giants are gonna go 9-8. I don't think this division will be that good anymore this year. Or at least this year, not anymore. I just don't think they'll be good this year. Okay, now the Minnesota Vikings. They still got Jay Jettis, but the loss of Kirk Cousins is a big deal for this Vikings team. For that reason, I'm gonna go the Vikings 8-9, not making the playoffs. Okay, now the Chicago Bears, my rivalry, the team that I do not like, because I am a Packer fan. And you guys know that. The team that I do not like, the team that I despise, the team that I hate, is stacked. They're good. That's hard for me to say, but they're stacked. I'm gonna get this done and over with and say the Bears go 9-8. Okay, now the Lions. One of my predictions for MVP, Jared Goff. You know what I'm saying? They do have new uniforms. Pretty cool. I think the Lions are gonna go 11-6, winning the division again. It's gonna be a big race here in the NFC North. And now moving on to my team next. Okay, my team. That playoff loss. Yeah, we're getting our revenge on the Niners this year. I'm calling it. We're getting our revenge on them. It's Jordan Love back in the building once again to play for the Packers. Packers 10-7 is my prediction for the Packers. Sadly, we lost Aaron Jones, but we did gain Josh Jacobs. He's younger. He has potential. So we're getting our revenge on the Niners this year. I'm sorry to say that, Hefe, if you're watching this, but we're getting our revenge on the Niners. It's gonna be like 38-10. Sorry. Last but not least, my team coming back to the Super Bowl to play against the Ravens. I might be a little biased, but I had to do it for the good. Just to hope that my team, the Green Bay Packers, will win this thing. 28-23. And that will do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.